Right. I'm going to use an existing model of mine just to kind of demo this on. The clothes that we need for her is, let's say, a little t-shirt and some pants, right? So the trick here is to figure out whether we want to make use of the current topology that's already there, or to build a completely new mesh from scratch. It would be advisable if you can make use of the existing topology, but the only way for that to work is if it's clean enough and everything is already quadded out. Okay, if it's already laid out exactly the same way as you would create a t-shirt. So I'm going to show you guys both ways. Okay, so the first way is essentially just making a selection of the faces that we want to use for the actual t-shirt. So we'll just go to shaded view, and then I'm going to deselect anything that we do not need. Group select that, go around there, select all of that, select all of that, more there, and then for the arms, group select there. Okay, same thing on this side. Okay, so that set of selections, and make sure that's the only stuff I have selected, which it is. There we go. I'm going to extrude that, not extrude, we're going to extract that, or duplicate the faces. That's probably the best option. I'm going to say duplicate faces, and I'm going to pull along the z-axis up. That's going to give me an inflated version of the same mesh, but now there are two separate models. Okay, so I'm going to assign a new material to this guy. Let's say font material, and let's just make the font material. Let's say pink, just because everyone loves pink. I'm not speaking for everyone. Right. Okay, so by looking at this topology, we've got some really clean topology, but we also have unnecessary loops. Like over here, this doesn't really have to be there. So then I want to get rid of anything that is not necessary. Okay, take those, I'm going to delete them, and then I just need to space out these edges. So let me first establish a symmetry line using the modeling toolkit. Pick that, and then I can slide these over. How do I slide? I literally select the component that I want to slide, holding down Control and Shift. The modeling toolkit is active. I literally just middle mouse click and drag with my Control and Shift, hold it down. And that's going to slide the actual edge, vertex, or even face along the plane or the curvature of my model. So that's very convenient for me. So I can switch to any component mode and just slide these points around until I have a nice clean curvature going. Okay, I want to make this as clean as possible, evenly spread polygons throughout the mesh. Sometimes I want to slide, but it doesn't allow me to go up, even if I move my mouse up and down. That's most likely because it's constrained to one axis at a time. So by choosing either a different axis or this bar in the middle, it's going to allow me to slide it along any direction that I want, along the curvature of the face. So that's nice and convenient. You don't even have to have a component selected. You can literally just hover over it and then slide those components as well. Okay, so that's very, very convenient to make use of. Okay, here I'm going to slide these across, spread them out evenly. Over here we don't need these, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. Loop select these guys, shift right click, delete edges, Same with this, don't need that. Should right click delete edges. In fact, let me just get rid of these corners. There we go. And then I can slide these across. Again, space it out. It's going to take quite a bit of time for you guys to get used to cleaning up topology. You have to have a full understanding of topology to really be able to do that. This is okay because it helps me maintain that curvature. Now I just need a little color, okay? And maybe we want this to go down a little bit further. So I'm going to delete that and then bring this across just to round it out a bit more. Put it up, over. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to grab the sides all the way around to the back. Just that side as well. There we go. And I'm going to do an edge extrusion. Now, using the modeling toolkit, you have the ability to hold down Shift, and then if you move over your manipulator handle, it says extrude, right? You have to have the modeling toolkit active, otherwise this method does not work. And you can do an edge extrude just by holding down Shift, click, and drag. Okay, that's very convenient. You can also do a Shift, click, and drag using the scale tool. So if I hold down Shift, click, and drag from the center, I can scale all of it out along the center plane. And then go back to Move tool, shift it down a bit more. Maybe this isn't too high. I'll bring this down, that as well. Start making these things line on top of the t-shirt. Let's make this a purple. What do they call these? Golf t-shirts. Is it? Golf. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm going to space these out. I'm going to hold down Control and Shift. Slide them along. This is still too high, so bring that down. Bring that down. And then one last extrude just to give it a little bit more curvature going down. Pull it down like that. And then some of these faces we can move up a bit. And these in the front, I'm just going to pull them back and over. And that's how I can make a quick t-shirt from using existing topology. Do you agree with me that this is going to be a lot more sufficient and quick to get to, right? But that means your topology on your body needs to be optimized already. Otherwise, this is going to have you clean up a lot of it, okay? If you want to add some thickness to this, then you can do so by selecting these, the loops around the sleeve, and then we can extrude those in and extrude them back. And then if you press 3, it's rounding out nicely. It maybe loses a bit too much volume. In that case, you can add an additional insert edge loop close to the border edge. When you press 3, let's do that to the inside as well. Let's do it here, and then maybe one in the middle. Now it's going to maintain much better thickness. Okay, so you guys can make use of that. Also, I don't think a t-shirt necessarily wraps perfectly to the body like that. So you might want to decide to rather have this a little bit more relaxed. So you can pull this out so it straightens out a bit more. So you have more of a loosely fit kind of t-shirt. Okay, pull this back. Maybe straighten that out a bit. These guys back as well. That's better. Much better. Okay, so that's a quick way of doing that. Now to model the legs, or modeling some pants, I would recommend starting off with a cylinder for the legs, right? So I can do a cylinder, pull it up, and let's do 8-sided cylinder, wrap it around, frame that, get it lined approximately, and I'm going to add height divisions. It's not too many. You don't want to have to move too many points at once. Move these across, widen that a bit more. I need to turn off my symmetry first. Move these guys into position. Scale it down. Scale it down. Right view. Move these in to position. Down. And then over here, we need to start rotating up towards the angle of hips. That's a good starting point so far. Move it across a little bit more. Okay. Right. You do not need the top section, and you also do not need the bottom section. So I'm going to do this, delete that. Over here, loop this, delete that. It is quite bulky at the moment. We can deal with the thickness later. Just want to get the blockout done. Now from here, we just need to do edge extrusion. What I'm going to do is just do the front, the 2, 3, maybe, yeah, 3 sides. Edge extrude that straight up. Okay. Inner loops, extrude straight across, and then flatten them. Do grid snapping, because we know that's going to be the center line. And then from here, I can already see if I do edit duplicate special with instance along the X. I need to make sure that the pivot is in the right spot, otherwise it's not going to do that properly. Right. Now we just take these, extrude straight across. Oops, that's not what I want. Forward, flatten them, and then align them to there. Okay. Grab that top vertex, pull it out. Grab these guys, pull them in. Grab these guys, pull them in. Same thing over here. Extrude across, scan it flat, and then grid snap that to the center, and pull it out. Check it out there. Okay, now we just need to essentially bridge this one. In fact, how many do we need? We have 1, 2, 3, and we have only 1. So I need to add in a loop on the inside over here. And that's going to give me a face that I can bridge over here. And then just 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so I can do a bridge over there as well. Okay, pull this down, pull this over, This is essentially how you would do more of a box modeling where you start off scratch and mold the whole thing from there. Okay, slowly getting there. Same kind of situation in the front. This side we only need to bridge there and then pull this line in. We have more of a V shape for the front section of the pelvis. Any questions?
How did you duplicate when you say you got that shirt?
Right, that's a good question. So let's see, I want to do some wristband or something.
Yeah.
Select faces like that, and I just do edit. Edit mesh, and then duplicate. And then you can pull that out.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah, and then if you go to object mode, you deselect. You can see that there are two separate halves. You can have that to build a watch, to create gloves, for instance. That's what I'm going to do, some gloves. She's some sort of a gangster.
It's a golf shirt.
With a golf shirt, exactly. Okay. And I do shift right click and then duplicate face. That's an alternative way of getting to the same thing. Pull that out a bit. Right. Take the whole thing, assign something like a blend material with a darker color. Oops, I missed a face. Two faces. It's torn. That's how I wanted it to look. Okay, so there you go. And then if you want to make it so it closes up properly, just select every open loop like that. You can do an extrude and push it in. Do another extrude and push it back. Make sure that they don't overlap with any other part. Cool, man. It's done. It's done. And there's your glove. Okay, so more of a box modeling kind of method where you start off with a simple shape, extruding off body parts. Choose your method. Okay. But if your topology for your body is not really helping much for it, then you'll have to start with the clean mesh. Okay. So spend time getting that base mesh to look really good. So it's usable for any purpose, whether you want to extrude clothes off of it, whether you want to do any kind of organic sculpting, spend time on it. Okay. Any other questions? Spending the time getting the base mesh done means less work for you to work on the clothing, because you can literally just visualize which faces you want to have selected for the extrusion of the clothes. Just pull it off of that. It's almost like you're thinking about how the clothes will fit on the body by means of the topology or the edge flow. And then once you're done with the body, it's literally just selecting the faces and duplicate faces, and you're pretty much done for the most part. Okay.
Sounds good.
It usually does.
Okay, I'm gonna save this out. And then I'll put
Because
it.
if for next week we have the close down the entire body.
Yes.
We need to